What's up, y'all? My name's Oceana, and I thought I would do a quick tattoo tour because I get so many questions on my tattoos, where I've gotten them, how many I have, what they look like, yada 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 yada. So I just thought it would be easier to kind of throw it all into a quick YouTube video. I do think I'm gonna make this into two parts though, just so it doesn't get too long. I'll start off in part one, just kind of talking about all the tattoos that I got from different artists, because I did start out with bouncing around from different artists. And then in part two, I'll probably just talk about all the tattoos I got from my main artist, who has done 80% of my work, and she'll be doing honestly the rest of it most likely. So, without making it too long of an introduction, let's dive in. So the very first tattoo I ever got, and I'll put pictures here. I'm looking at the pictures here so I don't get sidetracked, but I'll put the pictures up here so you can see better what they look like. But the very first tattoo I got was on my shoulder right here, and it just says "Never Forgotten." Just a quick tattoo, nothing really to it, easy script work. Yeah, it's just a tribute tattoo. I lost a couple of friends that were really close to me in my teenage years. And I just really wanted my first tattoo to be kind of a tribute to them. And yeah, I love them so much. So yeah, that was the first tattoo I got. Now the next one I'm going to show you just because you can kind of already see it. I'll zoom out the picture here so you can see it a bit better. But this wasn't the next tattoo I got, but later down the road, I added birds to it. So I added a hummingbird and then, those other birds that are there. Now, I will say, funny story with the birds that got added to it. So I had a friend who was going to get a tattoo out in Washington, and she's like, hey, come get a tattoo with me. And I was like, hell yeah, I want to go. Mind you, she had her tattoo planned for weeks in advance with this artist, so he had time to draw it up. Her tattoo looked fantastic, but I kind of was a spur of the moment, can you get me in? And he wasn't gonna say no to the money, and I was just so stoked to get the tattoo and have a tattoo day with my friend. So I kind of settled on this. I didn't even want the bird positioned like that, to be honest, but this is what we ended up with. Little side note, let your artist plan it out. Unless it's a flash sale and they have flash designs, that's different. But give your artist time to draw it out and make sure you like the design. Because honestly, this is probably one of my least favorite tattoos. And this is no hate to the artist either, because the same artist also did my peacock feather right here. I'll insert a picture, of course, so you can see it better. But I just feel the difference between this tattoo and then the birds on my shoulder, I just feel it's night and day. I don't even think it looks like the same artist who did it. But mind you, this one was planned in advance by him, and then this one wasn't. And I'm not going to put his name because I'm kind of dogging on him a little bit, so I'm not going to put his name. He's a great artist. But yeah, so my peacock feather, I got this one basically because my great-grandmother, on my mom's side, I just remember being 3 years old, and she would always have she had this huge backyard, and there was a trampoline back there that we all loved hanging out on and stuff, but her backyard basically went into the woods, and there was always a bunch of peacocks out there wandering around, and so I've always had a thing for peacocks. It just reminds me of my great grandmother. I love her to death. But yeah, so that's kind of why I got the peacock feather. The birds, on the other hand, that I got, those were just kind of I don't know, I just wanted to get a hummingbird. There's no real, special meaning with that one. I wanted to get a tattoo with my friend. So that's really about it. Okay, let's see here. Next. Ooh, so this one's on my ribs, right down here. And this one just says "Keep it simple" with a dragonfly. And this one is kind of more so for my dad. My dad, when I got the tattoo at the time, his whole mantra was keep it simple, and just not letting the things in life, life can get too crazy as it is, and his whole thing at the time was keep it simple. The more simple it is, the more peaceful it is, the more happiness. And I just really liked that. And then my dad really liked dragonflies as well, so yeah, I got the dragonfly with the keep it simple. And yeah, that was basically for my daddy. So, let's see here. What did I get next? Okay, these aren't necessarily in order. I got all of these probably when I was in between 18 to 21, so I don't really know the order that I got them from. But yeah, these were all basically done by different artists, with the exception of the birds and the peacock feather. That was one artist. But yeah, so then my favorite tattoo is probably my lion tattoo, which is on my thigh right here. I feel like I can never get a good picture of it, but here it is. I feel like it doesn't do it justice because, like, when I move my leg, the lion, like, always looks different. I don't know. But he's my little Rasta lion. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I got the Rasta colored beads in it. I've just always been a little hippie chick, I guess, and I just thought it was cool. And yeah, I like reggae and yeah, peace, love, happiness. I don't fucking know. Oops, I probably shouldn't say that. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I love that piece though. It's like probably one of my favorite pieces. I love the black and gray with like the pops of color. Yeah, so that's probably my favorite tattoo I have. That one probably took like 6 hours to do. I had to do it in 2 sessions because your girl can't sit for a tattoo for more than like 2 to 3 hours at a time before I'm like losing my mind. So yeah, I got that done in 2 sessions. But yeah, I got that one done in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, that one was cool. And then I got this one done out in Hillsboro. This one is the one that's like on my arm, and everyone's always like, "What does it say?" Because I know you probably can't read it. Here's a picture, but it says, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery," which is a Bob Marley lyric from the song Redemption Song. Yeah, I love it because honestly, I feel like we as people can like, I feel like the biggest enemy we can have is like ourselves and our mind, and more than like anything else, more than any external factor, I think like our own minds is what can really trap us and like stop us and limit us. So I just really loved that lyric from that song because I just feel like, yeah, you just gotta not let your mind really take control and limit you, I guess is like the best way to put it. But yeah, so and then next on my arm, this one is like right over here. So there's that one, and then this one. I've always been into music, so it's basically just a bass clef and a treble clef. Yes, I know it's missing like the little dots to actually make it a true bass clef and treble clef, but and then it has like the piano keys running through it, and then it makes a little heart. This tattoo I'm sure you've seen like all over like online and stuff. This is not like any like special piece. This is something that everybody and their mama has, but I love it. I love music. I played keyboard and piano as a kid. I played lots of instruments as a kid, to be completely honest. I love to sing. I've been singing since I was like 3 years old. Yeah, so I just wanted a little music piece. Eventually, I kind of want to turn like this whole like top part into like a like musical half sleeve type thing, but that's down the road. I have some other pieces I need to finish before I can even think about starting that. But yeah, I love that piece. It's a little basic tattoo, but I'm here for it. Okay. Okay. Now the butterfly. This is another one that I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. This is just a design I took from online. I really wanted a butterfly tattoo because I've always loved butterflies, and who doesn't have a butterfly tattoo? But anyways, yeah, I found it online. It was purple, and I loved the shades of it, and yeah, I took it from online. I went to the same studio. I don't think I went to the same person. I might have. But the person who did my very first tattoo, the Never Forgotten, I went back to that studio. It was over in, what area is that? It's in Oregon. Like, Beaverton, Hillsboro, Aloha area. I don't know how to explain. Tannisborn? Yeah. For those of you that know Oregon and know the area, that's where it was. Anyways, but yeah, I just went in there and was like, "Can you give me this?" And they were like, "Sit in the chair." And yeah, super easy tattoo. I love it. But yeah, that one is on like my, it's not a tramp stamp because, it's to the side. But yeah, so that is my little butterfly tattoo. This next one I got done, so I got 3 roses done on my hip here, and this one I got from a dude who, I think he still works in Washington. I know he's been bouncing around around the coast, like the West Coast. I know he was in, like, California for a little bit. I think he has a studio in Washington. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to find his handle, and assuming I did find it, I'm gonna insert it right here, because honestly, he's a dope artist. I love his art, and I think he's worth definitely sharing, because yeah, his I want to share him just because, like, not only it was, like, is his art amazing, but his, like, customer service is great, and he's, like, one of the only artists I know who, like, really knows how to work with, like, numbing cream. Y'all, the hips is like, from what I hear, one of like the most painful places to get tattooed. And like, I have a pretty big piece there, as I'm sure you can see. But I almost fell asleep during that tattoo. It literally just felt like, not even like a nail, but it literally just felt like pressure on my skin, nothing sharp. There was a few parts where like, but like, in between like where the numbing was working, where I was like, okay, I feel it. But for the most part, it was probably the easiest tattoo I got. Like, I'm a wimp when it comes to tattoos, and yeah, that tattoo was a piece of cake to get. So, yeah, I think his name's Matt Hildebrand, I want to say, but I'll try to put his socials here so y'all can check him out. But yeah, I would love to get tattooed by him again. Not gonna lie, he is a fun artist. And I originally wanted to get like white roses, but he was like, he kind of talked me into doing like more of like a black and gray with like white highlights. And then we did a pop of color. We added like green in like the leaves and stuff. And honestly, I'm really happy he recommended that, because I feel like on my skin tone, especially with how much I like to tan and like all that kind of stuff, I just feel like the white would have not looked as good. So I'm really happy that he gave me that like pointer and was like, how about we do this? And they're the artists, they're the professionals, so I'm gonna give my ideas, and their feedback I'm definitely gonna take into consideration, because like I said, they're the professionals. So yeah, I love that piece. And honestly, I also really like the way he did it, because like after having kids, I definitely have stretch marks on my stomach, and I don't feel like it really ruined the piece, like because of like the like, I don't even know how to explain it, like the textures that he put into like the flower petals. As I like started to get stretch marks and stuff from having my baby, I feel like it just kind of like you can definitely see them still, but I definitely feel like it like blended into the art and didn't just like completely ruin it. So yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about that experience, that tattoo, and that tattoo artist. So yeah, those are my roses. Let's see here. Yeah, and I think that's all I've really gotten by other tattoo artists. Yeah, so the rest of these were all done by my main artist. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. If you're watching this and it's like the first day I've posted this, come back tomorrow, because I will have the part 2 posted. And if you're watching this and it's not within the first day I posted it, I've probably already linked the part 2 into the bio? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch y'all in part 2. Bye.